You're under arrest. Please come with us. If you're planning a trip to Cuba, this video will save you from making the same mistake that cost me $800 and nearly got me stranded at the airport. I'm going to show you the 10 biggest Cuba travel mistakes, the do's and don'ts that tourists make, and number 7 could literally land you in legal trouble. Before you sip that mojito or cruise Havana in a classic car, there are a few things you must do, or your dream trip to Cuba could hit a wall before it even starts. Let's kick off with the crucial pre-trip preparations, because without these, you're not even getting past the airport gate. First up, the e-visa. As of July 1st, 2025, Cuba has replaced the old paper tourist card with a new digital e-visa. Now, if you already got your paper tourist card before July 1st, it's still valid, but only until the end of this year. If you're applying now, you must go through the e-visa system, no exceptions, unless you're from a visa-exempt country. Next is the De Viajeros form. This is Cuba's required online entry form that combines immigration, health, and customs information. You'll need to fill it out within 48 hours of your flight and save the QR code to your phone or print it. You'll be asked for it at check-in and again upon arrival. Also, don't forget travel insurance. It's officially required for entry, although it may not always be checked. Failing to have it during a medical emergency could result in a significant financial burden or even denial of treatment. Just be sure your coverage includes medical evacuation and isn't issued by a US company due to the embargo. Also, download a VPN before you travel. Internet in Cuba is slow and limited, and many US-based websites and apps are blocked. A VPN will help you stay connected and access essential services, such as online banking, email, or your social media accounts. One more critical step: download everything you might need for offline use. That means offline maps, such as Google Maps or Waze, translation apps, your travel guides, and essential documents like your e-visa, De Viajeros form, and travel insurance policy. Everything you need. Don't assume you'll have reliable Wi-Fi when you need it. To make your preparation easier, I've included links in the description to the best travel insurance options, a VPN that works in Cuba, and the official websites for both the e-visa and De Viajeros form. Once all of that's squared away, you're ready for takeoff. Now, let's dive into the ultimate list of do's and don'ts once you arrive in Cuba. Let's talk about money, because this is where many travelers to Cuba often get burned. Do bring cash. And a lot of it. I'm talking euros or US dollars, not your debit card, not your credit card, cash. The Cuban currency system is complicated. While the official currency is the Cuban peso, the exchange rate you'll get at official outlets is often terrible. In reality, most of the tourist economy, and even much of the local one, runs on foreign currency. Euros are typically preferred, but US dollars are still widely accepted. Just make sure your bills are clean and crisp and have no tears or markings. Now here's the number one rookie mistake: showing up in Cuba thinking you can swipe your card. If your card is issued by a US bank, it simply won't work in Cuba at all. US sanctions block it. And even if your card is from a non-US bank, there's no guarantee it'll work. And about ATMs, there are few around, often empty, and they frequently reject foreign cards anyway. So now that your wallet's packed with cash, let's talk about where you're actually going to stay. Do book your accommodation in advance. Internet access is limited in Cuba, and last-minute bookings can turn into a headache real fast. Secure your spot before you arrive. And here's the smart move: stay in a casa particular. These are private homes licensed to host foreign guests, and they're hands down the best way to experience the real Cuba. You'll get authentic hospitality, home-cooked meals, and way more warmth than you'd find in a government-run hotel. Plus, for US travelers, this is key. It qualifies under the Support for the Cuban People travel category. That means your money goes straight to local families, not the state. It's more personal, more meaningful, and usually more affordable. And speaking of casas particulares, here's another reason they're so valuable. Our next to-do is to exchange money on the informal market, and your host can usually help with that. The official exchange rate at banks or catecas is awful, but locals can connect you with trusted contacts who offer far better rates for your euros or US dollars. You'll want to convert just enough into Cuban pesos for things like street food, snacks, or local buses. However, for everything else, including accommodations, taxis, and restaurants, stick to your foreign currency. It's widely accepted and holds more value. I suggest skipping the bank. Ask your host and you'll save money and avoid being taken advantage of on the streets. Once you've got your money sorted, it's time to think about what to pack, and trust me, this matters more in Cuba than most places. Do pack essentials and thoughtful gifts. Due to the ongoing economic crisis, even basic items can be hard to find. Bring everything you might need: prescription medications, pain relievers, stomach medicine, bandages, hand sanitizer, sunscreen, and toiletries. Don't count on finding them once you're there. Prices can be double or triple what you'd pay back home, and the selection is limited. If you want to bring something extra for your hosts or locals who go out of their way to help you, small, practical gifts go a long way. Think good quality soap, over-the-counter medicine, kids' vitamins, school supplies, guitar strings, or fishing line. Offer them as a gesture of thanks, not as a handout. It's a small act that shows genuine respect and is deeply appreciated. Now that you're packed and prepared, there's one more thing you can't leave behind: basic Spanish. Don't make the rookie mistake of thinking English will get you by in Cuba just because it's a tourist hotspot. Outside of Havana or Varadero, English is rare, and even in those areas, it's limited. If you want to grab food at local joints, hop in a taxi, or ask for directions without playing charades, basic Spanish is your secret weapon. No, you don't need to be fluent, but a few key phrases can go a long way. Use the offline translation app you downloaded from your pre-flight preparation list. Cubans genuinely appreciate the effort. Even a simple hola with a smile can open doors and warm hearts. Trust me, when it comes to travel in Cuba, what you pack is what you've got. Do be flexible and patient. Cuba doesn't run on a strict schedule, and that's part of its charm. Power might go out. Hot water might be cut off. Your bus? It could show up an hour late or not at all. It's called Cuba time, and it's real. The best thing you can do is roll with it. Take a deep breath, adjust your expectations, and remember, you're here for the experience, not the efficiency. Complaining won't fix anything, but a relaxed attitude will save your trip. Do eat at paladeries and tip generously. Paladeries are privately owned restaurants, often family-run, and they're one of the best ways to support local entrepreneurs, while enjoying some of the best food Cuba has to offer. Compared to state-run restaurants, the difference is night and day. Better flavor, better service, and a more authentic experience all around. And when the meal's done, don't forget to tip. In Cuba, tipping isn't just a nice gesture, it's expected. Service workers earn very little, and your tips go a long way. If there's no service charge included, aim for about 10% at restaurants. For hotel staff, a tip of $1 to $2 per service is considered fair. For musicians, performers, or restroom attendants, even a small coin or a single US dollar is greatly appreciated. Always carry small bills, especially $1 notes. Change can be hard to come by, and those little tips can make a big difference in someone's day. So eat well, support local families, and show your appreciation the Cuban way. Now that we've covered what you should do, let's talk about what not to do. Because a single bad decision can seriously mess up your trip. Don't hop into just any car that looks cool. Those shiny vintage cars all over your Instagram feed? Yeah, they're beautiful, but not all of them are legal taxis, and getting into the wrong one can cost you, literally. A Canadian tourist told me she had paid $60 for a 10-minute ride because she was unaware of this rule. In Cuba, there are strict regulations on who's allowed to drive tourists. Unmarked or unlicensed cars can lead to scams, or worse, legal trouble. So only use official taxis. They're usually yellow or clearly marked. Or better yet, arrange your ride through your host at your casa particular. For longer trips, hop in a colectivo, that is a shared taxi or van that is cheap, reliable, and a great way to meet other travelers. This is what locals use to get around. And here's a golden rule. Always agree on the price before you get in. Cuban taxis have no meters, everything is cash, and everything is negotiable before the engine starts. Once you've mastered how to get around safely, let's talk about how to eat safely. Because getting scammed by a taxi is bad, but getting wrecked by a street snack, even worse. Don't drink the tap water or eat carelessly. Cuban food is incredible, ropa vieja, arroz con pollo, and fresh seafood, but your stomach isn't used to the local bacteria. One wrong bite or sip, and your dream vacation turns into 3 days in the bathroom. Stick to bottled water only, even for brushing your teeth. Wash all fresh fruit yourself. Only eat street food if it's cooked hot right in front of you. And pack a little stomach medicine, just in case. Now that you know how to keep your stomach happy, it's time to protect your wallet. Cuba is full of amazing experiences, but watch out for common scams that can turn your trip upside down. Don't fall for the street hustlers, called jineteros or jineteras, the female version of it, who use clever tricks and beautiful smiles to separate tourists from their cash. From fake festival invites pushing overpriced cigars to milk for my baby stories that lead you into marked up stores, these scams are everywhere. And beware of the overly friendly local who insists on taking you to a fantastic restaurant. That place usually comes with inflated prices to cover their commission. Stay sharp, stick to trusted recommendations, and you'll avoid these classic traps. Speaking of staying safe, here's a big no-no you absolutely must avoid: talking politics the wrong way. Cuba is a country where political discussions aren't just sensitive, but can also lead to serious legal trouble, including jail time. Locals may report you to the authorities for comments like that in heated debates. So, don't criticize the government or leaders in public, and definitely steer clear of any protests or political arguments. Instead, listen more than you speak and stick to positive topics like music, culture, and food. Remember, you're a guest. Respect the rules, keep it friendly, and you'll have a much smoother and safer trip. Now, while we're on the topic of staying out of trouble, here's another crucial heads up about what you bring into Cuba. Don't even think about packing e-cigarettes or personal vaporizers. They're strictly banned and will be confiscated at the border. It's just not worth the hassle. Also, be careful with your electronics. Cuba limits the number of devices you can bring in, typically allowing no more than 3 devices per traveler, such as laptops, cameras, tablets, or similar gadgets. Bringing more than that can raise red flags and may lead to some items being confiscated by customs officials. So pack smart and keep it simple. Avoid carrying large amounts of electronics or any banned items, and you'll breeze through customs without a hitch. That wraps up our essential do's and don'ts for Cuba. Follow these tips and you'll have a smooth, authentic, and hassle-free trip. And here's the bottom line from my own experience. I didn't get travel insurance, and when I had a minor medical issue, I had to pay out of pocket, close to $800. It was a nightmare that could have been completely avoided. So before you go, make sure you're covered. Don't let unexpected costs ruin your trip. Keep your adventure going and click the video in the top right corner to watch the ultimate Cancun do's and don'ts guide packed with must-know tips for your next getaway. Don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter for insider travel advice, exclusive deals, and the latest updates delivered right to your inbox. Thanks for watching and safe travels. See you in the next video.